and an important tool for law enforcement. Now, the findings were done with the help of outside auditors. It was completed 6 months ago. The government's had it since February, but it hasn't been officially released. The report found the cost of the program is in the range of $1.1 million to $3.6 million per year, and the conclusion is, quote, overall the program is cost-effective in reducing firearms-related crime and promoting public safety through universal licensing of firearm owners and registration of firearms. So there's the conclusion. And that is added, of course, to the support that came out from the Canadian Association of Chiefs of Police. But, of course, there are many opposed, including the federal Conservatives, members of the Liberal Party, as well as the NDP. And Calgary Police Chief Rick Hansen has added his name to the list, as has Randy Kuntz. He's a constable with the Edmonton Police Service. He's conducted a survey of police officers from across the country, and according to that survey, the majority of rank-and-file police officers support scrapping the registry. So all these voices are important as we head into a vote on a private member's bill in the House next month, and Randy Kuntz joins me on the line from Edmonton. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Calgary. Good morning to you, Captain.
Okay, so tell me about the survey. It was an online survey, and you acknowledge it's not scientific, but the results were certainly persuasive.
Exactly, and I purposely did it non-scientific, just to let people know a little bit about my background. I was an intelligence analyst for the Edmonton Police Service for 7 years. We did everything from serial sexual assaults to homicides, and I was also the analyst. You probably remember Project Steadfast, where your chief then, Christine Silverberg, received an explosive device, and we made an arrest in that. So for me to be able to conduct a yes-no survey is to say that I'd be really overqualified to do that. I guess that would be the way to do it. So,
yeah, and when you say yes, no, what was the question specifically?
The question was, do you or do you not support the registry?
Right. And overwhelmingly, the results were that what I understand, over 2,600 people replied, 2,400 saying, yeah, scrap it.
That's exactly it. Police officers, whether it was known or perceived that they were to be kept quiet on this, they responded to me regardless.
But why? I mean, why would most rank-and-file police officers, in your view, according to this survey, want to scrap the registry? Why do they care?
Well, the reason they care is because that's why we joined the job, is to protect the public and to serve the public. And to claim that a firearms registry improves safety is about as false as a statement as you could possibly make, and it boggles my mind that the chiefs believe this.
But that they say that they do believe it. So, what are you suggesting? That they're foolish? That they're not telling the truth? Because you make it sound like it's a no-brainer to reach the conclusion you've reached. But I think these are pretty smart people, aren't they?
They are. There's no doubt about it. But there's a lot of factors when it comes to anytime you're that high up in the food chain, so to speak. Their stance, they've supported it all along, and it's pretty tough to get a chief to bend when they band together like that. Your chief has seen the reality of it, and I credit him to no end for that.
But it sounds like what you're saying is it's politics. I mean, that Bill Blair was saying that it's not ideology, it's public safety, but you seem to think that it's politics.
No, it's provable, and it'll be provable. I hope not, but I know it's going to happen. Every time somebody in this country is wounded or killed with a firearm, the registry fails. It did not keep them safe. There is no way to prevent this type of thing.
Tell me why it doesn't work. Because we keep hearing about how many times a day it is checked by officers who might be entering a home to find out whether there's a firearm present, and you're saying that information is of no use to officers?
They're not doing it that way. What's happening is a police officer will check an address as they go, or as the call comes in, the address goes into the computer and it's checked for location of interest. Have we been there before? What type of information do we have historically on this address? An automatic search is done with the firearms database, whether it's a dangerous situation that we're going to, or if we're going to an 87-year-old lady who's complaining about a parking ticket. When we respond to that, that's an automatic hit. So that 11,000 I call it cooking the books. If I was looking for a stat, I'd put an automatic hit on there too. To say that out of 67,000 police officers in Canada are using that database 11,000 times a day, it's ridiculous to say that they're purposely searching that. Is it searched? Absolutely, and they can prove that it's searched. Is it ever looked at by the police officer when he goes there? No, it is not.
Okay, here's what I don't understand though. So help me clarify this.
Sure.
You say that the chiefs of police are espousing a view they don't actually believe in. And yet we have now an RCMP report done with the help of outside auditors that the government's had since February, reaching, a pretty clear conclusion, which is the program is cost effective and it promotes public safety. And so now you're saying the RCMP is espousing views it doesn't believe either and issuing a report that isn't factual?
If you think of the at Miramichi, where the Canadian Firearms Centre, has their setup, think of all the employees, all the operating costs of that building, and then take that 1.1 to 3 point whatever million dollars annually. If a person breaks that down as to what these people are being paid, I believe it comes out to less than minimum wage. I know that I probably personally, in transfers and letters from them, if it's 54 cents per every letter, myself, I'll generate $100 worth of postage myself every year for the Canadian Firearms Centre. There's no way that place operates on that kind of money. It's just mathematically not possible.
And so, okay, so you don't believe the report, and again,
Not
so
at all.
we've got two big groups reaching a conclusion that you question the credibility of both the conclusions and the sincerity of the organizations. And I'm curious to know what impact, if any, that has on your work environment. As you point out, the chief of police in Calgary has gone offside in terms of the chiefs of police. What about your boss? What does he think about you and your public criticisms of the support for the registry?
Chief Mike Boyd supports my freedom of speech, especially in the fact that what I'm doing is exactly entailed in our core values of the Edmonton Police Service. Above all, at the top of our badge it reads courage. Sometimes that means running into a burning building and grabbing somebody, or stepping up to the plate and taking a stand against something that is wrong, which is what I'm doing right now.
It was really good of you to take the time, Randy, and just add to the ongoing debate as we look forward to this private members bill next month, because it's a bit of a toss-up how that's going to go.
It's looking that way, but hopefully if people understand that the firearms database is not a safety issue. Investigative, it may have some merit, but that's after the bodies are on the ground. That didn't help anybody. And like I said, every time somebody in this country is harmed or killed with a firearm, whether that be a policeman, a drug dealer, or a citizen, that database has failed. So there's no logic to say that it's a safety issue.
Randy, good to talk to you this morning. Thanks very much.
Thank you for your time.
That's Randy Kuntz. He's a constable with the Edmonton Police Service. He had this survey that he conducted showing overwhelmingly rank and file don't think the registry does the job. As you know, there's a private members bill that will be voted on next month. You are listening to the Calgary Eye Opener in weather.
Can't do it. I need an expert here. I need someone who really knows how to shoot these things. Maybe the chief will do it for us.